Thank you for joining me today, ladies. The person that you were before you came to this seminar, her time is up. We are in a state of emergency. It's time to bring out that other person inside of you, that strong woman, the woman that survived all the beatings and the put downs, the woman that was in labor for 10 to 24 hours having his kids, the woman after getting her ass beat or stole from, gets up the next day, gets the kids off to school, and still goes to work. Yeah, you down inside, but on the outside, you looking fearless. I posed the question to so many women like yourself. I even took it to the streets, Twitter, Facebook. What is your definition of a female hustler? A lot of women went, hustler? I'm not no hustler. The most honest answer came from a woman in Chicago who was on Madison and Pulaski, hustling CDs to feed her kids and to pay her bills. She said, "That be me." Wow. Ladies, you are the definition of a female hustler. You do persevere through trials and tribulations. You women who can't stop and won't stop. You all possess souls that never die. That's why you're here. And through this seminar, I'm going to introduce a new system into your life on how to deal with the deadbeats, the freeloaders. You're going to leave here feeling about 100 pounds lighter when I get through with you, and drama free. And saying all of that, let us not forget about our kids. Hold your hands up and say, "Thank you, God, for my kids. I declare favors over their lives, and it shall be done." By the way, I'm Lo Brown, and I suffer from addicted to abusive love relationship syndrome. I have 3 sisters, and for some reason, I was the only one that was attracted to the nothing brothers, the freeloaders, the dead weight. I'm not male bashing, I'm just calling a spade a spade. And in turn, it wasn't their fault, it was mine. I didn't realize that I was addicted to those types of behaviors, so I would seek those type of men out because I needed a fix. Whether it was an argument, embarrassing myself, getting slapped, being called a bitch or a whore, I would inflict these things so that he would feel sorry for me and show me some type of affection. Because what I was really after was the makeup. That kind of love was so good to me. It felt so right. It was all wrong. All these feelings and emotions would come out like he was saying sorry or he loved me. I never cheat on you. She means nothing to me. But he wasn't. I was lying to myself, and as soon as the honeymoon was over, it was back to the stealings, the beatings, and the put downs. In reality, he never stopped doing those things. Let me ask y'all a question, and be honest with yourself. Do you think the only way to have good sex is to have a fight first or an argument? That's sadistic. That's insane. That's not natural. Have you ever made love to a man that was strong, intelligent, protective, that looked out for your best interests? He took care of you. And then after a few days, it continues. and he sticks around for you and your kids because he wanted to be there. Not because he was forced or tricked or talked into it or fussed into it. AALR is like being addicted to drugs. You know it is not good for you, but you continue to do it, even if it ultimately kills you. I had children with a man that mentally and physically abused me for over 10 years of my life. His ass robbed me of 10, but I'll be damned if he robs me of any more of my life. On my tombstone, that's going to read Lolita Brown. Not Lolita Brown and my supplier's name, his name. I have to start living for me and taking that first step by seeing what's on my mind and putting me first, loving myself. And remember, ladies, to say yes to him is to say no to you. Then all the negative energy, it will all just stop. You have got to declare this every day. I know some of you women are saying to yourself, she ain't talking about me. He loves me. I'm his wife. That's my man. He gives me money. He takes care of me. We live together. Well, if he really loves you, then why are you so unhappy? Why in the hell are you here? I was the same way. My family couldn't tell me nothing. When I needed them, after he would kick my ass, let me down because he stole from me, and I had to pay a bill or borrow food, money to survive after he tricked it all off or stole it from me or lost his job. I would vent to them. But when I got back together with them and they would try to remind me of how I said I was not going back, I would tell them to mind their own damn business. Leave me alone. I love him. I would turn on them for him. But they continued to love me regardless because they could see all the signs of an addict. But they were saying to themselves, why is she acting like she on drugs? I don't think she on drugs. But why can't she see that he's hurting her? She's so pretty. She's so smart. She can do so much better. She's a good person. They couldn't put a name to the addiction because there was none. There was no name for the kind of addiction that your mother went through. Their mother went through. My mother went through. Her mother went through. But there is now. AALR. Addicted to abusive love relationship. You know what? Let's do a comparison. Let me give y'all the definition of a drug addict. Someone who is so ardently devoted to something that it resembles an addiction. Addiction is an uncontrollable compulsion to repeat a behavior regardless of its consequences. Someone who is physiologically dependent on a substance. Abrupt deprivation of the substance produces withdrawal symptoms. To cause someone or oneself to become dependent on something, especially a narcotic drug. The compulsive use of drugs to the point where the user has no effective choice but to continue use. An individual who is unable to discontinue the use of drugs. In your case, the drug is the mental and physical abuse. The supplier is the man or the woman that is giving it to you, and the addict is yourself. You are addicted to the beatings and the put downs and the letdowns and the disrespect. And if he does not give that to you, you think he is cheating on you, and he does not love you. You start getting withdrawal symptoms, lashing out at him, acting jealous, following him, lying to keep him, crying for him, overeating, undereating, in a state of depression, constantly calling him, buying him things, giving him your all, and in some cases dying for him. You start telling yourself, but I love him, but I'm his baby's mama, but I take care of him. How about but the simple fact is that he does not want you. He don't want you. And you cannot come to grips with that. Because if he did, you would not be jealous of anyone or anything that he does. You would not be afraid to be alone. Give him your all and get nothing in return. Forgive him after he has hit you. Put him before your children. You work to pay the bills and he doesn't even try. He would not disrespect you. You would be happy, taking care of your body. You would never ever catch him with another woman and take him back. He would not make you cry. You wouldn't have to trick him to keep him. He would call you and check on you just to say, baby, I love you, or how was your day? I know some of you women are saying, well, he comes in and he hits me for no reason, or he starts with me first. Then I ask you, is this the first time he has hit you or started with you? If the answer is yes, then get away from his ass as fast as you can. If he hits you or disrespects you once, he'll do it again. If the answer is no, then why in the hell are you still there? This is a free country. Leave. But you say, we have kids together. He'll follow me. He said he would kill me if I leave. What you're talking about sounds like an excuse to me. Get a restraint order. Every single excuse you had, I had 2 of them and kids. I got through this and I know where you're coming from, so I'm not having it. Disappear off the face of the earth. This is your life, not his. Bring out that female hustler, that survivor. Take control of your life. There are places that can help you, and I am here to show you the way. Because you are my sister, and I love you right now. And the person who brought you here or bought you this CD loves you right now, more than you love yourself. And will be your strength, your legs to help you walk away from this situation, your eyes to see what you cannot see right now, your soul to give you the courage to help you get through this and take that first step. Y'all in school right now, and it's on. Ladies, if you have any one of these symptoms, then you suffer from addicted to abusive love relationship syndrome. You cannot have a healthy relationship with another without love, trust, and respect. Get that through your head. I was there, I was you. You know what? Let's stop BSing and sugarcoating the situation. I'm going to give it to y'all straight. Current reports indicate that between 1 and 4 million women are assaulted by an intimate each year. Domestic violence crosses ethnic, racial, generational, sexual orientation, religious, socioeconomic lines. Nearly 1 in 3 women will experience at least one physical assault by their partner in their lifetime. When untreated, domestic violence is the single largest cause of injury to women in the United States, more common than automobile accidents, muggings, and rapes combined. involves half of all adult women as victims more than once, is responsible for more than one-third of all female murder victims, touches one-fourth of all American families. In addition, violence in the home infects our community by perpetuating social ills such as alcoholism, drug addiction, juvenile delinquency, suicide, runaway children. The effect on our community is devastating. We are intelligent ladies. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Now that we have identified that domestic violence is a situation and addicted to abusive love relationship syndrome, AALRS, is the addiction, let's stop pacifying the situation, feeling sorry for this situation, and let's start treating the addiction by recognizing that we are addicts. Let's take control of our addiction and put a stop to it now so our children will not have to go through what we went through and ultimately break the cycle. The first step is to accept fully that though you may care for or even love the person, you cannot and will not accept or accommodate their behavior even for another day. You must drop the romanticism of potential. A skunk has the potential to smell great. The reality today is it stinks. Embrace the truth that you are worthy of a healthy, supportive, fantastic love relationship, even in the exact place you are today. You must be willing to enjoy your own company rather than give up your time and emotional energy to someone who does not give to you in a healthy way. In most cases, the one who appears weaker will be the one to end the relationship. However, sometimes the more dominant one will see that their domineering behavior is triggered by the company of the other and bow out. Either way, the loss of a toxic relationship is the greatest gift you can ever receive. For every toxic relationship lost, 2 healthy ones grow in its place. So you better be watching out. You're probably going to end up meeting the man of your dreams when you start loving yourself. This is because the energy to sustain one bad relationship is twice the energy to sustain a healthy one. If you need help to end a relationship, reach out to your healthy friends and family for accountability and support. Or call Black Blonde, call me, Lo Brown. Go to www.blackblondeent.com and shoot me an email. If it's too scary to end it altogether, you got kids, I'm married, I'm in the midst of it, then try giving yourself a break for 7 whole days. Now let me tell you a little bit about 7 whole days. 7 whole days system. It was my coping mechanism. I had created it to help me get through my abusive relationship. The heart of the system is a prayer that I wrote because I found myself asking God, why me? And in the midst of the mental and physical abuse, my mom had asked me what I wanted for my birthday. And I said a CD player because someone at work had bought me the Mary J. Blige My Life CD. And I found myself listening to that CD over and over again and acquiring more life-changing songs that empowered me. The artists had become my friends because being in an abusive relationship, you tend to keep to yourself. So it was like these artists were my friends talking to me. And I started getting a clue. And my abuser, the man I was in a relationship with, he started noticing a change in me as to where I didn't care what he was doing, what time he came in. I didn't give the relationship any more of my energy. So one day he threw my CD player, or either kicked it, and all hell broke loose. It was that Tina Turner movie when she got fed up and she started fighting back, and that was the beginning of the end. Because every day I would light a candle, say a prayer, and reflect on different parts of my life. And that is how the 7 whole day system came about. Needless to say, I did go back several times before I finally left him altogether. But I always referred back to the 7 whole day system for strength. And then, like I said, eventually the energy that I was given to that negative relationship, it ended the relationship completely. Because I started to put that energy into myself, into reflecting on parts of my life. So I wanted to share these tools with y'all. It got me through it, so I know it'll get y'all through it. Be ready to go on a life-changing journey and visit your past, your present, and your future. Chances are the loss of you as an audience for the drama will solve itself. If this person is truly someone who loves you with good intentions, they will give you the space you ask for and inquire about your welfare with genuine care when the 7 whole days are up. If the heart is really there, absence will make it grow stronger. But if this is based on selfishness, it will collapse under its own weight and vanish. Ladies, again, if you suffer from any one of these symptoms, you suffer from addicted to abusive love relationship syndrome, AALRS. And the 7 whole day system was designed to take you on a journey and take you back to where you were, where you're at in your life, and where you're going, while renewing your self-esteem to the point where you're no longer accommodating inappropriate behavior or disrespect from anyone. I was there, I was you. The root of any addiction is not feeling sorry for yourself and not getting a makeover on the outside with clothes, hair, jewelry, going to these expensive treatment centers. Not all of us can afford that. Putting on a facade, covering up lies. It's making over the inside where the invisible scars are at. Renewing your mind, your body, and your soul, and your self-esteem. Changing your mind and the way you think and what you think about yourself. Crying. You're going to have lonely nights, and you're going to be praying and meditating. That's called the tragic cleansing. Consider the 7 whole day system as a tool, a coping mechanism that forces you to journey through your life. When someone tells you things about yourself over and over again, good or bad, you start to believe it. Then you want to escape yourself. Our minds, our bodies, our souls, and then we turn to physical drugs and alcohol or another human being because the thought of dealing with ourselves alone is scary and you just don't want to. But it's time, y'all. I'm Low Brown, Black Blonde. Thank you so much for your time. Keep persevering. Don't stop. And keep hustling.